Hello, hello, hello. It is time. Oh, what? Oh, okay. I have to actually go to Discord. I am going to be joining a. Wait. Aw, come the fuck on, man. Are you serious? Oh, we'll let that fucking slide. Anyways, I am going to be joining a right-wing Discord server and seeing how long I last. It belongs to this fucking weirdo named Hamza. And let's just see what's in there. I don't know what the fuck to do. Okay. Okay, that must be his girlfriend, I guess. Let's see. Don't be a Jeffrey. I have no clue what the fuck that means. Insulting, trolling, being disrespectful is instant ban. Okay. Treat everyone with respect. Okay, cool. Okay. Just basically don't break the terms of service, but we'll see how far that goes. Okay, I have to do, let's see. Verification thing? Oh, okay. Give me 1 second. I have to do some verification shit, I guess. Oh, I have to turn off my fucking VPN in order to verify? Oh, come on, man. I have to turn off my fucking VPN? Okay. Nord. Where the fuck are you? Gosh damn it. Fucking... Sorry, give me 1 second. Fucking hell. Okay. Okay, I have to verify. Just type your name as a slash command. That doesn't work. I forgot what my fucking name was. Okay, there we go. Discord link. Click me to verify. Okay. Oh, I'm not fucking falling for that shit again. I have to... Oh my gosh. Last time I did this... Funny story, right? I fucking clicked the ad and got myself signed up for some bullshit. Because I'm a fucking idiot. Okay. You'll be redirected to our... Let me close this. Close this. Okay. I'll sign in with Google. I have to sign in to LinkedIn? Wait, what? I have to... What the fuck? I don't need to fucking sign into... Okay, there we go. Okay, cool. I can close this. I can close all that. And then I can switch back, I guess. Holy shit, there's people actually in the voice call. Okay, I'm gonna have this stream real quick. And I'll be right back. shit. Give me one more minute. Okay. Let's see what's up with this server. Multi-stream. So I can see everybody. That text. Okay. It looks like we actually have people already in the voice chat. I really want to see what that's about. It's probably going to be boring, and I won't find anything cool to do. But, let's see. Let's see, I recently joined this. Let's see what the rules are. Be a Jeffrey, and let's see. Is there anything about politics? No self-promotion? All. Everyone is on their own journey. Do not attack people for playing games, doing bad habits. Everyone is here to learn. Watch every second of every video in this required viewing playlist.
I've created a cult. This is my plan with full honesty.
Oh, geez,
Watch this
really
video in order every single second of the video if you want to be part
I don't like
of my
that
cult.
haircut,
Don't flick around or skip through the
personally.
video because you won't
It's not my
understand what I'm saying.
Okay, I'm gonna switch to headset and see if I can find anything, any content, because I'm a small channel that needs content. I'm content hungry, damn it. Okay, switch over to, oh my fucking gosh, my fucking leg is itching like crazy because of these flea bites I've had recently. Shit. It's just that her voice is extremely okay. Okay, Of course these people would find a woman's voice annoying. Good first impressions. Shit, there's so much shit I have to do in order to get ready for these streams, I swear. I'll learn in due time. Okay. So, let's check out the voice chat.
I did my first one.
April 23rd, and you're 5 years old.
Hello.
You're not hitting legs, bro.
How's it going?
Alright, you're playing with Sky now.
Those people are just too boring.
Rápido.
How's it going in here?
Anyways, if you haven't gone to the gym today, and if you can't, just like do 20 push-ups.
But that's hard, bruh. I can't even do like 2.
Do 20 push-ups.
man.
Do like 30.
Do like
Need
if
to
you
go to the
can't do
gym,
them
mate,
all
and
at the
then
same
get
time,
better than 2.
If you can't do them all at the same time, like split them out. Like do 5, rest, do 5, rest, do 5, rest.
Play some
But, like, you gotta
hardstyle
do some,
music.
you know?
That'll help you get pumped.
Yeah, safe
Some
voice, safe
tennis.
voice.
Let's listen to All
Actually,
Out
I don't
Boy.
like a route to skin cancer. So.
Yeah, we're gonna have a long conversation in my server later. It's gonna be so fun.
What are you
Yeah,
guys
actually,
talking about?
Like all kinds of stuff. Like all kinds of stuff that will like self
Go.
improvement, all that.
Jason,
Yeah.
I need to make
Nice.
this right. I'm literally speaking to a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Nah, bro. Nah. Hate to break it
There's
to
no
you.
way you 10 out of 10.
Actual 10 out of 10s are not like
They don't
you
exist.
don't see them in the street. You don't see them in the street.
Or
They're
like the
in
type of people
Dubai,
you meet,
they're-
like
they're in
Romania or
Switzerland.
Ukraine.
Bro,
They
what?
are in
I saw this. I saw
Whoa.
this girl from Australia, and her breasts were about to explode. Like she got
What?
like implants, and she was disgusting, and lip injections.
Yo, Bubbles.
Yeah.
Remember, yeah, less is more. The less attention,
If I
like,
could
give
look at
them
the camera right
attention,
now, I'd be looking.
loads of attention, and then stop giving
Oh
them
my gosh,
attention.
this is
And then
fucking
if they
weird.
care, they will be wondering, why is he stopped? Why is he stopped? They'll be wondering about it, right? So
nah.
push pull.
If they don't care,
Yes
they'll
and no.
forget about
Yes
you
and
and
no.
move on to another dude.
Exactly.
Bro,
So message her, yeah. Keep messaging her. Stop. Message her again. Meet up. Stop messaging her, and if she don't message you back, fuck off somewhere.
Yeah. That girls,
Yeah,
girls.
yes or no?
No, when a girl's talking to you, she's already planning her next guy. Like she already has another guy in her head
Oh,
that she's gonna text after you.
I want to say something real quick. I'm like a small channel. Is it okay if I'm streaming, or do you guys want? Are you guys not okay with that?
That's fine.
Okay, cool. So what were we saying?
Fine.
Don't say anything crazy,
I
boys.
just feel like I should disclose that. So
Yeah, that's
just in
fine.
case. Okay. So what were we
That
saying?
doesn't matter.
Alright.
Yeah.
Boy, can they hear us?
I only have like one viewer. I'm just trying to grow a channel, so.
That's fair. I'm going to channel as well.
Ah,
I'm
you might
editing
get
my
banned.
server profile so it doesn't say my
You
real
might
name.
get banned, bro.
I'm
I
sorry,
get
man. This is
banned?
not the good server.
You
I
know,
hope
Yeah,
your
like,
channel
There's
grows.
a lot of
Hope your
No.
channel grows.
that
No,
sounds
no,
so
no.
fun.
I'm not.
I mean, like,
No, I'm not
say
self-promoting.
something.
He's not promoting.
No, I
He's
know,
just
no, no,
saying
no,
I
he
was
should
just-
Because he
know.
was
I'm just
asking for
closing.
our permission,
I
bro.
know.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying, I know, bro. Let me.
No,
let me
no,
speak.
no.
Let me speak.
I
It's funny
didn't think
shit.
that he was promoting.
bro, I'm saying,
I'm not
saying
gonna link my
that-
channel or anything. I'm not gonna.
I'm saying that.
That someone might say something that might get you banned off the platform.
Oh,
that you're
okay. Yeah, don't
streaming
worry
on.
about that. I'll take
That's
care
why
of
I
it.
stream
Don't
on
worry about
Twitch.
that.
Twitch is more
I'm
family
streaming.
like
I'm streaming on both
Sure,
Twitch
but-
and YouTube right now.
YouTube is what gets you banned. YouTube, they don't take nothing.
Yeah, you
Oh,
do something.
I've got community strike on TikTok before I got it on YouTube.
I've gotten like
Mm.
3 community guideline strikes on TikTok for literally fucking nothing, and I don't know
I got
why.
banned off
Got
on
banned on
TikTok.
I got banned on YouTube.
I had
got banned on Twitch.
100,000 followers, and now I have 8,500.
Damn, what
I'm
do you
almost at
what do you
10K.
post usually? What got you banned?
Bro, I don't know, bro. It was just like I made this video and they thought it was somebody else's video, but it was actually mine.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, the
so some sort of like
Bro, on
copyright
YouTube,
thing.
they're horrible.
Yeah, I got copyrighted for my own video, yeah.
I got fucking taken down on YouTube. Well, I didn't get taken down, but I got like a strike for a video that I made like 3 years ago, where I was where I made like a Minecraft thing where I
Yeah.
probably shouldn't even say because it's like really offensive.
Oh, dang.
all right, man.
What?
Alright.
You won't get banned.
Okay, I'll say it. I made like a little gas chamber and put a bunch of
whoa.
fucking villagers.
We were
in
just,
it.
we were just talking about Hitler. We actually
You know what
were.
to do it. Bro was chill as hell, bro. He made hotels for the Jews. He just
Yeah.
like, put a
Hotel
little
And then I
Jews
set
were
everything on the
that
fire
shit.
inside.
He put showers too. Let's go, W's. He
Yeah.
kept the Jews clean.
Yeah. They all died.
They're clean, and then like the Jews, they
They all
died.
They
died.
died, of course. But
Of
Oh,
natural causes, right?
Oh,
Natural
that's a
causes, of
shame.
course. Natural causes,
Yeah.
of course.
yeah.
Thank
Definitely
you,
natural.
bro.
Wink, wink. Has it just gone silent in here, or?
Yeah, I went silent.
Oh, okay. I thought I was losing connection for a second.
Yeah. Yo, bro, wait, did I send you it already? You wanna join this server that we're gonna like have like 100 people maybe talk about all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
Bro, you can't. That's not how you say.
That's not how you do it. You gotta like first you gotta give value. So like stuff is not cutting it. You gotta
Okay.
give like real value to the person you're pitching. So
Well, I mean, I just need content.
me, I know me and 100 other people
Mhm.
are gonna
Yeah.
be talking about self-improvement and making money.
Yeah.
Boom, sales pitch.
Yeah.
If you want to come in, you're invited.
It's not
That
gonna be.
means
It's
that
not gonna be like
what-
one of those scam Andrew Tate Hustle University kind of things, is it?
Oh yeah, you're joining Hustler University. You already clicked the link. You are invited to Hustler and a private yacht,
Got it. Oh, 1 second.
and you have to
Oh,
take math.
Fucking sign me up, mate.
If you even said a word after I said that, you're already signed up. Sorry.
Oh, the sales
And we're
pitch.
and we're
The
gonna
sales
steal
pitch
your,
is
we're
everything.
gonna sell your identity.
If it gets me on the yacht, I don't care. You can fucking sell my identity, mate.
Bo doesn't care.
Bro, my identity's already.
Already lame. Sell me too.
Bro.
I'll make like $20.
So what do you guys
I'll
usually
pay
do?
you.
Oh, sorry. What do you guys usually do in this server? Is it mainly just like fitness and self improvement and stuff? Or is there other stuff that
Self-improvement,
talks about-
testosterone. We talk about self-improvement, testosterone, LGBTQ. Why you're
What's your guys'
Jeffrey
stance on the LGBT?
is turned into Adonis?
I don't know what a Jeffrey is. I don't really watch Hamza too much. But I know who he
Okay,
is,
so
but I don't watch him
Jeffrey
too much.
is like the least.
bitch.
Jeffrey
Yeah,
is
a
the
bitch.
guy.
That's the way to
He's
describe
like
it.
the guy who you don't want to
person
be.
you don't want to be.
Like the
yeah.
average guy.
Who?
He's a
He's the
bitch.
Oh,
average guy.
He's fucking
Got
schmo,
it.
man.
Testosterone, no value,
No
no
bitches.
like.
No bitches.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
gets no
And you guys
women.
talk-
He's
Did
average.
you guys say you talked
Like,
about the
he watch
LGBT?
TikTok, porn,
Yeah.
you know.
Why?
Yeah.
What do you guys? What is the what? Just out of curiosity, what's the like general like opinion of that group around here?
Not fond
General
of-
opinion.
Not
I-
fun.
You're asking
I accept them, but I won't be like
You
them.
don't want to be a Jeffrey.
Yeah, Jeffrey is.
Is it
like,
is Jeffrey gay or
feminine.
A
something?
bitch.
Is
Jeffrey's
Jeffrey?
no,
no,
whoa,
no,
Jeffrey
whoa,
trans?
whoa,
No,
whoa,
whoa, whoa,
why-
whoa, whoa,
No, let me speak. Let me speak. Let me speak. Why did you instantly assume that Jeffrey was gay?
Well, I
That's
heard
what's
somebody.
wrong with
I heard.
society
I
now.
over.
Because
I heard
of
somebody
the
say.
Racist,
Somebody.
homophobic.
Somebody said that the server's not very fond of the LGBT, so I was just curious. Is that?
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Is
Toxic
Jeffrey also-
masculinity.
I got a good question.
Yeah,
I got a
we're,
good
we're
question.
all
No.
I just
masculine,
want to disclose this. I
masculine,
just
and
want
the
to disclose this.
LGBTQ is feminine.
The guys
I've
here.
got a really good
No, no,
question.
no.
I actually have a good
No, no,
question.
no. Let me take.
Be quiet, be
Let me
quiet, be
speak. Let
quiet.
me speak. Let me speak.
Everyone's
The guys here.
Harry the Platypus talk.
Alright.
The guys here have like a consensus of accepting those guys, but it's not like they want to be like them.
What?
Yeah, man. Alright,
Okay, so guys, I got a really good question. Yeah, do you think that if you can you be really masculine and full of testosterone and gay at the same time?
Sure.
Nope. You can't. No, you
Have you
can't.
seen? Have you seen some
Yeah.
of those buff ass
If you
gay
inject it
porn
directly
stars
into your
that are like
bloodstream,
fucking?
Yeah.
They're
That look
still
as
feminine. They're
Not
still
really.
Oh
feminine.
yeah,
Why
what
are
you
they
telling me?
feminine?
People
What's so
playing
feminine
rugby
about
and
them?
stuff like that are gay or fucking feminine, mate.
What's so feminine about them?
Or-
The fact
you
that
know
they-
rugby, yeah?
Is,
You know
is it
rugby.
because they're
It's
bottom?
also
feminine
do
to get
rugby and are gay.
Yes.
Have you seen rugby players? They're quite like muscular, yeah, which means they've got high testosterone, right? So how the fuck can a rugby player be gay then, if that's what you're going off? That doesn't make much
Wait,
sense.
what? How
Like,
can a
most
a rugby
LGBTQ
player-
guys
anybody
are
can be
feminine
gay.
unless they're the
Anybody can
male
be gay.
in the. No,
Yeah,
because there's
doesn't
always
matter about your
there's always a
testosterone.
pitcher and a
Testosterone
catcher.
doesn't determine
always
whether
a
you're gay or
guy-
not.
I think that half like there's some very feminine gay people, and then there's some like
There's some
alpha men.
Yeah, there's some
You know?
flamboyant gay people, of course. There's
Yeah.
there's a reason there's a stereotype of like, oh
Flamboyant.
yes,
Oh,
I'm
talk about words,
I'm
yeah.
gay,
Yeah.
but like not all people are like that. My brother's gay, and he doesn't sound flamboyant at all. You would assume he's straight.
Yeah.
He's pretty masculine,
Yeah.
dude. So I
It's because he's the one like the male in the. There's always gonna be a male and female. I'm pretty sure, like in a relationship, like like a feminine and a non-feminine.
Yeah, like a dynamic.
Masculine.
possibly. Well,
The-
both my boyfriend, not my boyfriend, both my brother and my brother's boyfriend
Yo.
are both masculine dudes. So
Yeah, so they have they.
One of them is
they
more
have a
masculine than the other
Did you
one.
fuck him?
well, how would you
Wait, so they
measure
both-
who's more
sorry.
masculine than the other? How
It's
would you
just
measure
like
that?
they do more. I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's just
One of them
like
has to be more masculine.
Masculine than the other one, or it's not.
Where did I
a-
just join?
yeah,
I feel like the person that
Have
takes
you ever
out the bum
questioned?
is
Have you ever
the
questioned
feminine
Yeah.
one.
this
yeah.
stuff that you're saying,
Yeah.
or
Bro. Hold up.
because I don't get it. Like one's more masculine
Well,
than
you
the
sound
other.
like
I don't
the
know how
average
you.
TikTok boy. Shut up.
Wait, what?
Why is this a
Oh,
What are
question?
you
Little
saying?
ass
What's your
kid.
argument?
You
No,
know,
I
two
just
people,
no. I'm
bro.
just asking. How do you know which one's the more masculine person in the relationship?
Like the one that would
I
have a
don't know,
beard.
Maybe the one that tells you what to do.
Nah,
The one that
nah.
don't take it up the bum.
The one that's more
would know.
like. The
Having
one
a
that's
beard
more
is purely
like
genetics.
the
It's
The
a
one
duo.
that
It's a
seems-
dynamic.
The
for
one
a
that
reason.
seems dominant in their relationship.
yeah dominant.
Well,
yeah,
neither of them
dominant and
really
less
seem-
dominant.
Dominant.
And like the more
Dominant.
feminine is more like
Dominant.
the masculine man
message.
takes control. The more masculine one takes control, and the feminine one is
feminine-
more like I don't know how to fucking say it.
What
Like
if a
just
woman?
lets it go.
Wait, but do you even know what you're talking about?
I don't think
Yes,
being
yeah.
You're
dominant.
nine.
Yeah.
Why are you in
You
here?
know what we're
Man.
talking about. At least I
Yeah,
do.
how
I read a
old are
book
you?
I think
about
that
it.
sucks, bro.
They put a joke cushion on this call, bro.
Yeah, I'm muting it, dude.
Don't fucking mute him, bro.
Me?
I don't like little kids.
mute him.
Wait.
Boys.
Oh,
Bro,
There's no
don't
point
like
fucking
this.
Oh, wait,
muting
there's another
somebody
little kid
'cause
in here,
they're
that's-
younger.
Huh?
he reached to the
Oh.
he reached to the youth.
And
bro.
no, how old are you?
Me?
Yeah,
Like 13.
that's
Mm.
fine.
I know 13-year-old.
Okay, yeah.
Look,
calm down.
That British accent is it's so fun. Like, it's so cool. Like, hello, mate.
If you're interested
Fish and
in
chips,
the-
bro.
Yes, he did.
Everybody here
Like
are
that whole
sharing
dynamic
British
thing, you
accent.
should read the book The Way of the
Wait,
Superior
you
Man.
just
It's a
We
good
making
book,
fun of my accent.
and
No.
Making
No,
fun of
I'm
your
not making
accent,
fun of your
bruv.
accent.
No.
I actually,
I'm
I
so
actually like
confused.
it.
No, it's like he
I'm
likes your accent.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, come on.
Yeah,
can't really count it.
I definitely do.
Dude,
I definitely.
English is not my native language. English is not my native language.
I respect you,
not?
man.
So, like for me, the British English sounds more elegant. Hello,
yeah.
mate. How are you?
Oh,
Top of the
by the
morning
way,
to ya.
guys, I'm gonna fill you in on something. Nobody walks around Britain sounding like that.
Well,
Just
what
gonna
time
let
is
you
it
know.
in the UK?
The
Half
UK?
12.
I don't sound like that, to be honest.
Do you care?
The UK.
That's it.
Oh,
I said
that's what I was
UK,
trying to
bro.
say.
That's
The feminine is more submissive.
Yeah, I said
I'm
that.
so
I've
bro.
been
What do you?
Submissive in term.
That
Is that supposed to be like a bad thing or?
I'm out of
No,
here.
but
I'm
it's
not.
like more,
I'm
a
losing
more
big.
feminine,
preference.
feminine
It's
trait.
a
Well, like,
preference.
but, like,
It's
Is
a
there something-
preference,
is there some-
Dario. It's a preference. Some guys like masculine women. As a matter of fact, I don't like masculine women, but it's a
Yeah, I don't
preference.
like. I like feminine women.
Well,
Are we?
women-
We're talking about
It's
personality
not
traits here,
bad.
right?
It's
Just to
not
make
bad.
sure.
It's not bad.
Are we talking about like Are we talking like personality traits or like physical traits when we say that stuff?
Like,
Mainly.
it's both. It's like physical and
personality,
personality.
but like if
Mhm.
you're an ogre, if you're like ogreish,
It kinda
like
depends.
on purpose.
It
No,
kinda
you
no,
have
depends.
look,
like
personality is
hair.
very different to
That's
like
not very feminine.
looks, because like I don't know if you heard in America the term like a tomboy.
Tomboys are kind of hot.
It's
Yeah.
like yeah, exactly. But there's like a
Tomboy-
certain extent of a tomboy. Like
You
there's
find tomboy girls attractive?
Yeah.
well like
Yeah,
I
like
don't like
how
them. I
tomboy
don't
we're
like them, but
talking.
there are
It's
people
like
like
more
them.
masculine.
I'm kind of a
That's like more.
straggot. You're just to clarify before going.
What's
forward.
that? A
Well,
straight
Dario-
like you're straight
Kinda.
and gay?
Yeah.
Let's
This
just
is
say,
like an
I
interview or
consider
something.
myself straight, but I don't have a genital preference.
So you would go for a man?
I would go for
No.
a like.
Oh, my
Do you know who
friend
Kim
Mary.
Petras is?
Fit guy, you would just
Who?
watch
No.
Kim Petras, the
Kim
pop
Pe-
star who recently just performed at the
Kim
Grammys with
Petras. Let me have a look.
Let me know,
Kim
what's the name of
Petras.
Kim.
Like a girl
Kim,
that
and
is
then
masculine?
the person I'm talking about is like a hot trans girl
it? Oh yeah.
that
Yeah,
I'm
honestly-
into that kind of stuff.
Whoa.
I don't.
But that's still, it's still technically, you're not thinking of a
Oh,
dude
the
when you're
fuck am I
fucking her, you
searching
know
on
what I mean?
fucking Bing.
Like, you would
Nah,
be
man.
thinking of a girl.
Well, if I'm
So
think-
how is that?
Nah, man.
Well, a
Search
girl
engine,
with a
not
dick?
Bing. Let's have Google.
That does. Well, I don't
Yeah,
know.
you're not-
You
if you're
could like
fucking a
whatever you want.
transgender, you're not gonna be thinking about the guy, like the masculine. You're gonna be thinking of it like as a girl.
But why
It's
would
just
you
personal
say?
preference
Yeah,
to
I'm into
me.
chicks-
I wouldn't,
I'm into
I
chicks
wouldn't
with
swing
dicks.
for a trans person. It's preference.
So it's kind of
It's just-
gay, but also
Yeah.
not gay at the same time.
I don't. Yeah, I don't
I
feel
just-
like it's
I
gay. I
wouldn't
don't feel
swing.
like it's gay to
I
fuck a
think
trans.
if
Yeah.
you feel like
Is
it's
it gay to
then
fuck
you
a
think it's
trans
gay,
girl with
but
a
if you
dick,
don't feel
or
like it is-
Yeah, if it's gay to you, you're thinking of a dude when
think
you're
so.
fucking her. So like
If it's
that's
got a
gay.
dick-
some people no, it's like some people consider it gay because she's got a dick, but like
I-
it's a
I don't
girl.
really
Yeah.
consider it gay because they been a girl. Like they're like their brain is like everything's like a girl and not a dude.
I'm very surprised. you
Depends
haven't
where
crossed
the
this.
dick's
That's
going.
good.
Yeah,
If
but
the
it's like a
dick's
girl
going to me,
trapped
that's
in a
hell as
man's
nasty,
body.
I'm very surprised you haven't crossed this stance here.
You know, if the girl has a penis,
Uh-huh.
is the penis going anywhere near me?
No.
It'll go near me. I'll
It's going-
volunteer.
If the girl's got a
I'll-
penis and it's
I
coming
volunteer
near
as
me,
tribute, okay?
no, thanks.
Volunteer.
Volunteer.
Wait, well, so you would suck a trans girl's dick?
Sure.
Okay, now that's kind
Ooh,
of.
straight up.
I
Yeah,
said I don't
see-
have a genital
No,
preference.
Question. Okay. You know if you suck a trans person's dick,
What?
would you
It's like
suck
eating
a
their
boy's dick?
pussy.
Would you suck a boy's dick?
No.
Maybe
Why
It's
not?
pretty much-
Why
it's pretty
not?
much sucking a
maybe
girl's
a
dick.
femboy, but not like a
Some fuck
masculine.
girls don't
Not
have
like
a dick.
I know, but like it's still a girl.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's just
pretty
like,
much
why
a
would you
dude with
suck
a
off a
dick.
girl with a dick, but not a boy with a dick? I don't get it.
Well, I don't like- I don't like
pussy
mas-
and the dick. Have you saw the girls that had like the pussy and the dick, like both of
No.
the genital?
And not-
genital-
Whenever
do
I
with
thought
it,
of like
bro.
that reminds me. Whenever I thought of like a third genitalia when I was younger, I always just imagined a vagina and then a dick would just come poking out of it. Kind of like
Would you,
the, kind of like
you
the
know,
alien
okay,
song
okay,
from
okay.
Aliens vs
Who's the,
Predators.
who's the person that said they'd suck off a girl if it had a dick?
Me.
Yeah, that's
Would you
yeah,
suck
bro.
your own dick?
What?
Nah, I would
Would you
not.
suck your own dick?
Like if there was a clone of me, or
Would you? No, if
no,
you
no,
could
I don't
bend
think
in
it's
half
clone
and you could suck your dick, would you suck your own dick?
Maybe.
What the fuck do you mean, maybe, bro? Get your grubby lips,
no.
mate.
That's not gay.
Down bad,
That's
bro.
my
Yeah, yeah. That's like
Is it gay
bisexual at
if
that
you're
point.
fucking
That's
yourself?
bisexual.
Bro,
Bro,
it's
is
your
it gay?
dick, bro.
Honestly, I don't
That's
feel
like-
like it's
no,
gay.
That's
No.
That's
The thing
sexy.
is, it's like jerking yourself off. It's like jerking yourself off. It's not gay to jerk off.
Exactly.
It technically
Would
is.
it be
It
gay to suck your own dick?
I mean, it is just jerking
But
off.
I would say
It's
that it is
weird,
a bit
but I
nasty
feel
if you
like
suck
it's
off
not
a
gay.
girl's dick, but I don't know. I don't know. I personally wouldn't swing for it. It's all personal preference, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't suck off a girl that has a dick.
Yeah, that's
That's
fine. That's
personal
fine.
for me.
Don't worry.
But like, I
Yeah.
respect that.
Yeah.
Respect the
Like,
hustle,
I ain't
man.
gonna go, oh,
That's
how
commendable.
dare you? Like, it's like, it
If
is
I'm-
what
if
it
I'm
is.
going out
People.
on a date with a girl, yeah, and then
Yeah,
we
it
go
is what
back,
it is.
she whips out a dick and tells me to suck it. I'm sorry, but that's just not my problem, you know. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
go the other way. But like, if it was clarified, I still wouldn't. But like, I see why some people would like think about it, like you, Dio, yeah.
But anyway,
give it-
personally, I wouldn't take it up the ass.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I would not. Nah. See,
Wait,
that's a
I
feminine.
remember.
That's
You know what though?
feminine.
You know what though? I remember talking. I have a gay friend who I talked to a few years ago about what it's like taking dick up the ass, and what he said was like apparently when the dick. This is kind of weird, but it's like when the dick touches a prostate, it'll just fucking make you melt. He said, and then he moaned a little.
What the?
Yeah, I'm not having a dick on
That's
my
the
ass.
best. I love that feeling.
What?
Cream filling, dude.
It makes me nuts. Oh.
This is not the conversation I expected to have when I was
Like,
joining the
I
server.
feel like
Guys,
what?
we went from talking about fucking Hitler to this, bro.
Yes, exactly.
Hitler
I
this
was
is
sucking your own dick to fucking transgenders.
I have a picture.
and
I have
shit.
a.
What
I
the
have an.
fuck?
I have a picture of someone that someone drew apparently of Hitler in a Catboy suit, and then he's going.
Nah.
Nine.
Oh, do you like men?
What?
Yeah, bro.
Do you like men?
No.
No.
But then you're also looking at Hitler in a cat suit saying meow.
It's a
and stuff
meme.
like that.
It's a meme.
It's just a joke.
It's a fucking meme, bruh. I don't have any
Wonderful.
sexual
Is it-
attraction to Hitler.
It's all a meme until like your dick slips in your hand and oh there you go. That's what it all goes down.
Happened to me too. I
Nine.
accidentally started jerking a Hitler naked.
What the?
I feel
really
like there's
regret
some
this.
pictures out. I feel like there's at least one deep fake of like Hitler naked out there.
I wouldn't even think of that.
With
I
his
can't
one
even picture that in
testicle.
my head.
With his one testicle.
You know what's crazy? I can't picture like if I talk about like dick and shit, I don't picture a dick in my head. But when I talk about pussy, I can get a visualize a
you
pussy.
get a very in-depth, like detailed fucking image of a pussy with all the pores and everything just fucking
Yeah.
blurring out.
When I talk about men, I cannot think of that. That's
Unreal
just, like,
Engine
out of my
pussy.
head. Unreal Engine pussy. Oh, W.
So down bad for
You're gonna
me.
be sitting in class just picturing a fucking girl naked and shit. Just look at the teacher and she's all fucking butt naked.
Skyrim mod pussy.
Bro, what are
Damn.
you talking about, bro?
Yeah, bro, you
What
need
the fuck are you talking about, bro?
basically, yeah, I would head down to your local church. I don't know what time it is for you. You know what? I just
I don't
break
like.
in at this
I don't go to
point.
church
Break-
generally because they're pretty bigoted in my
Hey,
opinion.
I'm speaking. Okay, what I would do, yeah, is I would just break into your local church. If it's closed, if it's open, obviously just walk in. But if it's closed, break into your local church and take one of them Bibles, and I want you to think about what you just said.
Honestly,
alright?
I don't go to church anymore because I find them
Yeah,
pretty
we can tell.
bigoted.
What is
Bigoted.
bigoted? I don't even know that
Bigoted because they're all homophobes
Oh, yeah.
and bigots and assholes.
What's a bigot?
A
Nah.
bigot is somebody who's
okay,
intolerant
okay.
of other
Like
people
you feel
just
like
for
they're
some
better
dumb
than
shit.
you?
What?
Like they're better than you?
Wait,
I swear
who's
that's
better than me?
What, do you think Pope Francis is better than you then?
Yeah.
Is that what we're saying?
You feel like Christians are better than you or Catholic people?
No, I just
Catholics are
I just
Is
don't
it-
like most Christians because they're all
That's
Why
fucking
is that?
racist. Bro, that's so
racist.
racist.
Why?
That's not
Racist.
racist.
No,
You can
that's-
argue that's
prejudice.
xenophobic, but for
Prejudice.
one, I am a
Prejudice.
Christian, but two, I just really don't like them because they're all fucking like cultish and shit now.
No,
What did you say?
they're
Did you
not.
say that all Christians are smelly? That is disgusting. I do not respect
Have you
that from you
seen
at
the
all.
average
Christians are
Christian?
smelly.
There's some
you
old fat
serious right
white
now?
person who smells like fucking
No.
booze and shit. Probably hits their
What's wrong
wife.
with-
That is
No,
not an
I know that's not like
average
booze, it's
fucking.
That is not a Christian.
It is around
There's
here. It is
Indians,
around where I
there's
live.
Where do you live, bro? Do you live in Alabama
Every
or something?
fucking
bro?
race, black. You can't like think of an average Christian. That could be
Bro, an
anyone.
average
Could be a
Is
Christian.
just a fucking
Yeah,
guy,
any-
bro.
well,
Same
stereotypical
description as they
Christian
die.
is what I mean, not like literal
Oh,
average.
okay, stereotypical rich white person.
Yeah.
then. Like, well,
Just curious. Wait,
What?
I'm just curious. Why are you whispering?
bro, it's like what's that called?
It's time for Betty Boos, isn't it?
Quarter to one, bro.
You trying to do some ASMR for the boys?
Bro, get away from me,
guys.
alright?
No, I'm coming on over there, innit, bro?
My dad's cock.
Bro, you
Uh,
been swallowing.
Yo, bro,
But
like I
can you
know some
guys-
weird ass
Can you
people.
guys not be
No, there's
degenerates for 5 seconds?
That's what I mean.
oh
man.
my fucking god, why does my fucking Google keep searching and fucking Microsoft Bing?
Yo,
I'm fucking
it's
sad
already
to
used to
Google.
it.
Why
It's
is it
already
keep
used to you
fucking-
searching up stuff. No, you
No,
know what's
I went
crazy?
to search up a Christian.
Nah, you know what's crazy? Me and my mom were like talking shit, like fighting a little, like not like just like playing around. And guess what? Her fucking Siri goes off, and it's like how to get away with murder. I was like,
Suri
what the
knows
fuck?
what's up. Suri knows what's up.
Determined it.
Yeah,
What does
Siri
an average
knows
Christian
what's
look
up,
like?
bro.
Oh my
The
god,
only
fuck
question
off
is who's gonna be
Microsoft
doing
Bing.
what? Who's gonna be doing the murder?
Adam, I need your help.
Is your mom the dominant one in the argument?
He's fucking look, help, look.
No, of course I am. What the fuck?
What are you playing?
Fucking Microsoft Bing. What is going on? How do I fix it? That's
Yeah.
not what I searched. I searched. Why does this come up?
Is that
Oh, it's
fucking
be a pain. If
manga?
you're reading this, you have to search up every single time. That's a long.
Why
name.
are you looking at this shit? You fucking.
I hit my keyboard. Look,
Why is there just a
settings,
random
yeah?
V in the
Search
corner?
Engine.
You see that pig? The random ass pig from what's it called?
There's
That
literally just the
movie.
letter V in the bottom left, bottom right.
Yeah, actually.
Click back to it.
What?
Click back to it. V.
What
Where
the
the
fuck?
fuck is
There's
the
a
V?
Facebook account.
And then there's just a random picture of a fat
Yeah.
black lady
Look,
in the
there's a
in the
D,
right,
there's
on the
two
left.
Ds.
Oh, what's
Two
wrong with that?
D's. Yo, click on those Asian kids. What the fuck?
Well, they're all fucking Asian. bro.
Fucking- Why the Asian?
Yo, wait, look at all those pictures of them. What the fuck?
It's only 1 second long. Why?
Oh no.
That's mate.
Bro,
Send
that's
that
my.
to me.
These are my
that's
sleep
brother.
paralysis
Send that to me.
demons. These are my
Send that
sleep
to me.
paralysis
Oh,
demons.
this is my video.
What the fuck? You
I
know?
want that as my profile picture, man.
On God.
What the fuck?
Don't download it.
Go,
Download it
anyway,
and save it
go
for
back.
later.
How the fuck do you do the Bing?
No,
You're just
save
giving
it for
them-
later.
How'd you get on Bing, bro? Let me see.
You only
the
got
Bing.
one like. You're the only one who. Wait, look
Wait,
at all
look
those
at-
pictures on the bottom.
Well, the Indian ones.
Look at
Oh
all
my
those.
god, there's so many of them. Oh my
Why are
god.
they all?
Look at that little girl. You see that?
Oh
What
god, there's
the
a
fuck?
video.
A day with
Hello,
Aubrey
nigga.
singing
Silence,
one
Silence, be quiet.
one.
Everyone be quiet. Everyone be quiet. Everyone be quiet.
What about
Ching
that?
Ling, it's a Ching Ling.
Oh, oof.
Bro, I
Timmy
can slip
Tur-
my dick through
He
this
got that
shit.
Timmy
What?
Turner.
Is that his
He's
mom?
got those
man.
Timmy Turner teeth. He's got those Timmy Turner teeth.
Ooh. Ooh.
Timmy-
Make a wish.
In the high notes now.
Bro, no, he's a debit or credit.
Let's go back. Let's go back.
I love how we
Ooh,
went
what's
from-
this one?
That looks like me when I was a kid. I don't know.
Oh yes.
He accidentally clicked record and uploaded it. Who's that
Oh,
girl?
fuck.
What the fuck?
I love how we went from Hitler to talking about gay feminine people to this.
This is more important.
This is.
No, it's just because I'm stuck in Bing.
This will unite everybody.
Oh god, no, I
His
shouldn't have
mom
done that
wants
again.
me.
Oh.
His mom wants me.
Oh god. Here we go. I should do this more often. I reckon
Is that Mia
I said,
Khalifa?
bro.
Mia Khalifa. That's my girlfriend right there. I recognize her from somewhere.
That's your ex.
No, you
because
should.
she's
You
mine
guys should
right
go
now.
to your dad. You guys should go to your dad and be like, "Yo, do you know this girl?"
Bro, my dad's fucking gone, bro.
He just starts sweating.
That's why I said, what's it called?
I don't know if I
Yo, you can go to her
really
Instagram.
want
Look, she has her
to.
Instagram connected to it.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if I feel safe, like, searching this up. No, I don't want to
Bro,
see
don't do
tits.
anything or
Fuck
she'll
off.
get me banned, okay? Just saying.
Oh, yo, get me too hard.
Wait, what? That's too...
What?
We're getting you hard?
No, Mia Khalifa is.
Derio,
Oh,
come
That's a
my
on.
little
bad.
bit too much information, bruh.
I was
It's fucking
playing.
my bad, bro. You
Oh my bad.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh, that was-
No,
that
no, no,
was-
go back,
that was
go
a
back.
nice
go
ass.
back.
That was a nice ass, bro. That was a nice ass.
I'm just gonna bookmark this video for later.
Wait, what?
No,
Yeah.
Did you like that video?
no.
I see one like down there. Who's that from?
Don't know. Must have been one of their friends.
It's in black. That means you liked it.
No, it doesn't.
Click it, click it. You motherfucker! You fucking weirdo. Sussy baka.
That dude's face. And then that
Yeah.
little ass kid. That dude's gonna eat that little kid.
What do you think they look like now?
I wonder. At least one of them is
They're all
probably.
fucking, no, they're all big, tall, black
They're
guys.
on the YouTube.
They don't.
Shorts,
They're not
Brian.
even
Look
black.
at
They're like
them
fucking
go.
Indian.
Wait, so that means they barely made that video because they were YouTube short. So that means they're still that age. Because YouTube Shorts
It's
came
from
out like
3
months
years ago. They were ahead of their time.
It was not from 3 years ago.
Was it not?
It has 3 views.
It's from August.
2019. Oh shit,
Fuck,
it
that's
was.
a-
It'll
4
be its
years
4
ago.
years anniversary
Damn.
soon. They're probably in like 5th grade or something now. Why does it sound like one of them saying the N word?
No, it doesn't.
I kind of hear it at like the last bit. I don't know why.
Oh, it sounds like that too.
You heard it? You heard it? I'm not the only one.
Oh, my sleep schedule is gonna be so fucked.
Perfect. Let's go.
No. What? You found the video?
Ah, he has it on his profile pic.
Let's fuck.
Who has
No,
one
that's
else's
my
profile pic?
video.
Oh my gosh.
I'm getting
People
the
are
other
gonna
kid.
think
How
you're
do I
like
get
fucking
it?
12 or something now.
We should all just put those kids.
Nah. Go, I claim this one. He's my kid.
Yeah, this one's
Whoa.
mine. Hold on.
Whoa. Don't
I'm
do
claiming
anything else.
mine.
Get me banned here.
Bro, they're just kidnapping little kids.
And
Okay,
then
lad,
uploading
see.
fucking one single video per channel of them all screaming, "Help me!" in some
Good.
foreign language.
We see him in the background. Hey, little boy, I want to come down to my basement, have some popsicles.
That reminds me, I think I saw at least one grown adult in the background of that video. Just staring them
Probably
down.
making sure they don't
I
run
bet he was the
away.
one like.
When
I can't
when they were
find
screaming, it
it.
sounded like they were saying, "Ah!"
What the?
That's what I
Same
heard.
as.
I don't know if it's because I'm racist brained or not.
I'm racist. I'm so racist.
Hey, I'm a
Actually,
progressive.
honestly-
People think I'm
honestly,
racist
I don't,
because
I don't actually hate a race. I just dislike it. I dislike
this like
I'm-
wait what?
like people. Like I don't know, like there are people.
Oh,
No,
I
that
had
sounds
not
like-
claimed my kid.
Like,
Whoa! What's going on now?
I dislike their people.
Which people?
Someone needs to claim the other one. There's one up for sale. Come on, come on.
I want it. I want it. I want it. I don't have a picture of
Send
it
it-
though.
send
Send
it.
it to
Oh,
me.
No, we gotta find it. That's a smash the keyboard until the video pops up, mate.
Who don't we like here?
Ali A.
Bro, I need sick, bro.
Oh fuck did I
You mean the skinny Fortnite YouTuber?
But he's not skinny, bro. He's huge. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, there's a guy in here named Ali A.
Oh yeah, that person. Ali.A.
You know I'm actually
Is that a
playing Fortnite
woman?
right now.
Is that a woman? Oh wait, no, it's not.
Is that a woman? It's just a
Bro, your
feminine
ass
guy.
a Fortnite
It's just a
woman.
feminine. It's just a
You're terrible.
It's a femme-free.
What do you mean I'm
Feminine
terrible?
Jeffrey.
Your ass, bro.
Your
Wait, how
ass.
the fuck am I streaming 60? How do I do that?
Oh,
60 frames
God.
a
It's
second.
'cause it's a server.
Fortnite.
My PC's gonna blow up though.
I have a $2,000 PC, $2,000, a $300 monitor, bro. I'm like,
Yeah,
Like,
me too,
and
mate.
I
But
have a-
like, I'm streaming.
I have
on...
I have a $130 keyboard. I have a mouse that is $70,
Still
bro.
getting
Like
no
I have like
bitches.
You
ultimate
got that white boy
professional-
wealth. You
I have the ultimate. No, I'm not even white.
don't have to be white to get that white boy wealth.
Bro, my mom. No, it's because my mom's
Oh,
a
shit.
speech language pathologist.
I should turn
Somebody's
my
lost.
camera on, bro. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna switch chats and see
Like,
what's
we're
going
still
on.
broke. We're still broke. We have like no money because fucking we spent.
You
we
spent
like
all on
400
fucking your
No,
computer?
We spent like $400 earlier, like yesterday. We spent $200 something yesterday, like, and then we spent $200 something the day before, and then we spent like $700 at Walmart, and then we spent like another $500 at another place. Yeah, so
Huh.
we're broke. But I think my mom gets paid Wednesdays.
I got
Hello.
some like really shit sleep last night because I woke up early and I was up late watching Detachment. Oh my god, it was so good.
How's it going?
Like, how's it going, man?
How's it going, man?
I'm new here.
Oh, okay.
Good.
Good for you.
Oh, I was gonna say we start on to bet home.
Thanks.
Man,
What you guys usually talk about here?
What we're talking about?
Life self-improvement stuff. I like to do a lot of networking on here, so people know I exist and that I'm like trying to be a meditation coach.
I'm
Oh,
missing
hey!
some people here.
It's Bubbles.
Sexy man.
These fucking little gremlins.
How you doing, Bubbles?
Alright, man. Hold on. Try and get my camera on.
I fucking love Trailer Park
Oh,
Boys.
man.
I mean, like,
Liberal
Hello.
101 over here, but
Who's a liberal?
liberal Vancouver, where I live, it's fucking liberal here, really liberal.
unlucky.
Based.
I'm in
The
Florida.
duality of man, based in fucking unlucky.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I have my Italian passport. I have my Bulgarian passport. I have options.
How come you're in Canada though?
Cause I make my money here. It's the easiest place to make money right now. Well, US probably a little bit easier, but a lot of my clients are in Canada right now. My active management. So I have to be still in person.
The active management?
Yeah, I have a few businesses that I manage their money for them. So I do active management, day trading, and swing trading, and I make a percentage of the profit.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I also do my own personal
That's the normativity of it,
Hello.
of pluralism.
What you guys talking
Yeah.
about?
Hello. Huh?
What are you talking about?
We were trying to find a debate topic, and I was listing out things I believe, and
Oh,
then
cool.
first, yeah.
I need some. Are you okay with me recording because I need YouTube content?
What the fuck?
Of course.
Sweet. Oh, I guess I scared him off.
Yeah.
1 second.
Damn it.
Okay. Well, I need some practice for debating anyway. So, nice profile pic, by the way.
Thank you very
Is that a lolly?
It's from some anime.
She looks
me and my friends
underage.
all have. I don't even know. Probably actually.
Just to clarify that I'm not that fat. That's not me in the profile pic. That's just some guy from
Okay.
Twitter.
Okay.
So, okay, well, I want some debate practice, although I need to eat soon. So, okay, what do you generally believe?
Okay. Well, I can give you some words. If you disagree with anything, you can, we can have a debate topic. So I'm a naturalist.
I don't know what that
I'm
means.
a plural. Okay, naturalism.
I'm
is
not.
the belief.
Let me just lay this out right now. I can't debate anything philosophy because I know jack shit about philosophy.
Okay, but naturalism is basically the belief that, I mean, I'm not perfect on the definitions either, I'm just going to give you my definition because I'm trying to explain what I believe.
Sounds good.
Naturalism is basically when you believe that you can explain the universe with empiricism, and you don't. It includes not believing in God, and you think the natural world is kind of all there is, the one that we can experience.
Atheist.
And yeah, I guess I'm also an atheist. Are you not?
I'm a Christian socialist.
Okay, well then, I don't think we're gonna get very far on this point then.
Oh wait, are you a socialist too?
I'm not sure how I would describe myself there.
Would you say you're a capitalist at all, or are you kind of like just questioning your economic views?
I mean, I guess I'm both. Like, I probably believe in like some mix, right?
Social.
I mean,
so basically, social democracy then, like what Scandinavia has and shit.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay, so you're basically a better capitalist than the average capitalist.
Probably, yeah.
And I would say I am staunchly anti-capitalist because I think capitalism sucks ass.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess we can talk about that. I've been wanting to practice my economics debates a little bit.
Alright.
This will actually be my first debate I've ever recorded outside of like one other one I did like a year ago with a Groiper. So, okay. Gosh, I'm getting really fucking hungry though, but okay. What makes you believe in capitalism and not socialism?
I mean, as I already said, I'm not sure if it's that or the other. What my argument for capitalism is in part, I mean, when I look at the hugely complex society we have at our hands, right? One thing I can empirically say about it is that capitalism appears to have achieved some things, right?
Okay.
That's, with all the complexities we have in our society, that seems to be a true statement, right?
Okay. Let me ask you this though. What do you think capitalism is?
Hello, babe.
Okay, hello.
Hi.
I'm not exactly perfect on my definition.
You could just try.
Yeah.
It's no shame in
I
here.
will try. Yeah.
Lots of people can't name.
I mean, in one sense, it is part of the system we have.
Which is,
from my understanding, right? We do have. I mean,
yeah, we're in a
on...
capitalist system, but I'm asking you, what is the system we're talking about? Like, what does it involve?
What the system we're talking about? What does it involve? It involves markets, for example, right? It it involves all kinds of like individual actors under some framework given by states and whatever, coming together, making contracts with each other, trading, all kinds of stuff.
Okay, so let me tell you what the definition.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I can tell you what it is. Capitalism is an economic system where like private individuals, like CEOs, groups of people, like some people consider co-ops to be capitalists. I'm kind of like in the middle on them, where like private entities control the means of production, and what the means of production are like factories, everything that we use to make stuff, like businesses and everything like that, and a for-profit system. Since that's what the definition, I'll just summarize it without all the like additional definitions. It's when private people own the means of production in a for-profit economic system. So, do you need any like elaboration on what any of those mean at all?
Okay, let me think. Private people own the means of production in a for-profit system. Okay. Okay, so that's your definition of capitalism. So what would be socialism then?
Socialism would be if the workers own the means of production. And unfortunately, that's been interpreted in a lot of different ways. So there's a lot of like different little subdivisions of socialism. Like you have the most typical, the most well-known one being like the USSR, Marxism, Leninism, and stuff like that. And then I'm in the territory of like participatory economics or gift economy, but I lean more towards participatory economics, which I'll explain to you in a bit. But to get back to your original point, how do you think a system, this capitalist system, was able to inspire like innovation and all this stuff?
I'm not sure I have a perfect explanation of that.
You
As
can
I already
try, it's
said, I
okay.
believe our system to be very complex, and I think there's also an interplay between capitalism and democracy. And one other thing I believe in, which is pluralism. Like I think there's, in part, I think there's also an interplay between capitalism and democracy that we've seen where, like, with certain ways you are able to navigate the economic system, you can also, that also empowers you to, in some sense, participate in the political sphere, right? Like I'm a huge believer in pluralism, so I, for example, think it's, again, I'm not good in the definitions here, but I think that when we have a very complex society with many different groups, many different interest groups, people have many different interests, and I think it's good that all of these are coming together in the way that they are. And I think all the different professions we have, all of these things that we have evolved in our system, the way they come together, I think causes in some way also good flow of information. And I think, there's also an interplay there between democracy and capitalism so far.
Okay. And here's what I think led to all the innovation, right? Do you know what industrialization is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
That's what I think spurred all the innovation and stuff and the rapid advancement of society. And the thing is, I don't see where industrialization can happen separate from capitalism. So like, we know industrialization is when you move from an agricultural society to an industrial society, which basically means switching from having individual farmers and shit to manufacturers and everything, which increases like jobs and all that shit. I don't see how capitalism did any of that. That's just the process of industrialization.
Yeah, I mean, I don't did any of that so much. Again, as I already said, I think it's a part of the way it happened, right? Capitalism, the way it is.
Well, yeah, but it could happen under literally any other economic system is what I'm saying. I don't see how capitalism is responsible for something that it didn't really have any kind of role in.
Yeah. Maybe,
and then I see what's going on with like capitalism today with like food insecurity on the rise. You'll literally see private owners send security guards to their garbage bins outside. I forget what those dumpsters. They'll have like security guards guarding the food outside because they don't want anybody getting free food from dumpster diving and shit like that. When I see shit like that, because what capitalism is, like I said, is when private owners, the owners blocking people off from even getting food out of the garbage, off doing stuff like that, like it makes me question: is this really a good moral system? You know, it makes me question like what other alternatives there could be to this, which aren't like so inhumane.
And what would be an alternative?
Well, like I said originally,
the workers own the means of production.
Workers own the means of production.
Yeah. Okay, what exactly does that mean? Like, how does that play out? How do things start from here, from the moment we're in right now? You know, and you as a political actor, you advocate for something. How does it, like, in your ideal scenario, how does that manifest itself into a better system?
I would say, what I want are basically workers' councils instead of businesses, which are. Do you know what a worker co-op is?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So, do you know how they work?
I don't know the ins and outs of worker co-ops.
Before I get to workers' councils, because they're very similar to worker co-ops, I'll just explain worker co-ops first. Worker co-ops are worker-owned companies, which all the decisions are made democratically, right? So there's no like actual individual owner who can control everything like Elon Musk does for Tesla or like Twitter or Amazon with Jeff Bezos and everything. It's not like that. The workers will have all the control, so they can vote to take the company in one direction or another direction, or they can even vote
I have a
people.
Question there.
Yeah.
If I can, I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt. I just had a question. If like, is a worker co-op in your system? Is that kind of like, does a worker co-op entail everyone who is let's just say a company produces a product, right? Because we're highly specialized, I think it makes sense. Let's just say one company and it produces one company and it's a worker co-op. Does that mean that every person who is involved in producing that product has to have some sort of, I don't know, part of the proceeds, like, or it has
What
to
do you
have,
mean by proceeds? Like the
there
profit?
has to be does every person who is part of the development of that product has to have some sort of, in a democratic system, has to have some sort of participation in or how do I imagine that?
Participation in terms of like decision making?
Yeah, does every person have to have through some sort of democratic decision-making process, have to have some sort of say over the product
I would
that's being
say
produced
no.
by
You
that
can
company?
you can of course vote people into certain positions which can make that decision instead of the workers. Like you can vote in like a council of members and stuff. But
Yeah, but then they're still part of the process, right?
well, yeah,
If
they're
you
part of
vote
the
in council, yeah,
they're part
okay.
of the process to elect the leadership who they think will best lead the company. And the good thing about that is if you have a bad leader or like a bad supervisor or whatever, you can vote them out. You can spread the word of how they're like sexually harassing somebody or they're super lazy or something like that, and then you can vote them out. Under what we have right now, if you have a crappy boss, you're stuck with that boss either until they leave or you leave. I've been stuck with a lot of crappy bosses who could have been kicked out ages ago if I was working in a worker co-op. But because it was a private business, we can't touch them. Literally nothing could touch them because they're in a spot where the only way they could get fired is if they do something so fucking outrageous that it has to be like borderline illegal in order for them to get fired. So that's the good thing about like worker co-ops when it comes to like leadership and stuff. If it's a small co-op of like maybe like 20 people, then the entire company and then all of the workers can make the decisions and stuff, right? But if it's like a worker co-op the size of like Amazon or something, yeah, you're gonna need to elect people with qualifications into positions of power. But the thing is, you'll be able to kick them out with via democratic decision making as well if they're not doing their job properly.
Okay.
Were you able to get all that? Sorry, I talk a little bit
Yeah,
fast sometimes.
no. I think I got it. Yeah. And is it like for a worker co-op? Can a worker co-op freely contract with other businesses?
Yeah.
Okay, so
and that leads
in
into
a system full of worker co-ops, I think there come, like, as I said, I think our economic system is very complex, but I think in a system full of worker co-ops, there would be some problems arising, like if every co-op is freely allowed to make contracts with other businesses, then you would probably just have a bunch of one-man businesses forming contracts in such a way that they probably resemble the company structures we have today, right?
Why
I mean,
one-man businesses?
So I'm just, huh?
You mean like self-employed people?
Yeah, I mean, theoretically, you can imagine a bunch of businesses with one person who form the exact same structures we have today in our society, right?
I find like a bunch of self-employed people just contracting and working together to be extremely unlikely. It's much more likely that everything will kind of just be the way it is now, except a lot more accountability for the upper management and a lot more power for the workers. That's basically how I imagine it, at least.
But the way our system is right now is we have a bunch of like, citizens who are allowed to make contracts with other people quite
by contracts
freely,
do you mean like get hired
like
and stuff,
the way we have it right now is people are allowed to make contracts with each other freely, and it happens that they are in the companies we have, right? Like,
yeah, you're
what
talking about
policy change are you suggesting to change that? Like what?
Well, I mean, I'm a incrementalist, so currently what I advocate for is social democracy, which is basically, what's going on in like Denmark, Scandinavia, all that shit, the typical like Bernie Sanders, oh, look at what Scandinavia is doing and all that shit. That's what I advocate for in the short term, and I hope to see by the end of my life. I don't really expect to see an economy full of worker co-ops before I die. That's just like way too extreme for where we are right now. I'm just trying to make sure this fucking country doesn't fucking sink into the ground. These are what I'm talking about, like with workers co-ops and stuff, are like more long-term beliefs,
Okay, I see. But like that's kind of like, to me, I'm not from the US, I'm from Austria. I'm more satisfied with my system, for example, than Scandinavian countries.
Yeah, I can't really say what's going on in wherever you live.
but I'm more interested in the next step. Like, what would be a policy you can do in such a like system where companies exist, but just there's some tax amount who's used to like feed the poor, blah blah blah. Like that's kind of the next. That's the band-aid you're proposing, right? But that's not your goal. That's not where you want to be, right?
Yeah, I want to be
Yeah.
really, really.
Well, what's the
far
next
to
step? Like, what will be the next step to like policy-wise to bring in your from there to go from further? Like,
I can only talk specifically for America right now since that's where I live and pay attention the most. So for America, at least, the next step I want to get to before we can get like workers co-op and stuff like that is universal health care. That's a good step in the right
but
direction.
after that, like after you have the band-aids on, right?
Oh,
Like,
after the band-aids. I would
Yeah.
say I'm in favor of possibly a mandate that requires employers to pass down their businesses directly to the workers instead of just passing it down to like a fucking like a kid or someone, right? Or someone that they choose. Pass it down and give the workers control instead of like or like sell it to the workers, I mean, so they can at least either sorry,
Sell it
I'm
to
a
the
little bit
I mean,
I'm a little bit mentally like flustered right now because I have a lot of stuff going on in real life, but either have it go through one of two ways. The mandate will have people either retire and sell their businesses to the workers, or they just pass it on to the workers when they die.
Okay. Well, if the workers would pay €1 more than the business is worth, they could acquire it right now, right? So
Well,
why
if the-
why
if
why
the-
focus on businesses there? Why not say like a wealth tax or something? Wouldn't that
I mean,
be
both-
equally?
I thought you said we were talking about like after the band-aids are on. A wealth
Yeah,
tax
after
is-
band-aids, but
yeah,
but
wealth
why,
tax is a
but
band-aid.
why have that? Okay, so the first step is every business owner sells their companies to the employers, mandated.
Sell or just pass it down when they die. They can keep it until they die.
let's talk about sell. So that means they have now a bunch of money, and their employers had to mandate it by the company, right? Which, to be fair, most employers could do that right now. They could buy the company, right? They just don't want to, right? If they could pull together their money, they could buy the company, right? But
employees,
that's not.
you mean non-employers?
Yeah, the employees could
Yeah.
usually, yeah.
I don't think like most employees are like wealthy enough to pool together and just
Yeah,
buy the
but if they're
company.
mandated to do it, then they're just still not wealthy enough. They just have to pay now,
Yeah.
right?
Well, they can negotiate a price and stuff like that before
Okay,
they sell.
but
and
how
stuff.
does the negotiation work? Like,
I can't explain the intricate ins and outs of like of that stuff because I'm not like a expert in negotiations and stuff like that. I'm only able to tell like the general process.
yeah, I don't know. I just fail to see.
There's a lot
how
of like
that would work.
complexity that comes into going from step to step towards a more socialist society. It's really complex. And
Yeah,
I
just
unfortunately
like
don't
our
have
society
all the
right
answers.
now,
Yeah.
which is unbelievably complex. So,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I just, what I would doubt is the way you're envisioning it right now, that it could work out that well, right? Because especially like if you mandate the workers, like, I don't know, that just doesn't seem like.
Like we can have the workers pay like a specific pay, or like have the mandate make sure that they can actually afford it. You know, is like your issue that they won't be able to afford it?
No, it's just that. Like, are they allowed to sell it again afterwards?
Oh, are
For
the
example.
workers allowed to sell it after?
Yeah.
Well, they can sell it
Just
to
as an
another group
example.
of workers, but they can't sell it to like one person.
Okay, how big does that group of workers have to be? Like, 2 people? Is that a group of workers?
I mean, it would be up to the government at that point. But if you ask me, I would say maybe like 8, or maybe like 4 at the least. Because there's companies where you can have like 3 owners who are just like fucking assholes and everything, you know.
Okay, but I'm not sure. Wouldn't this? I mean, it would not really distribute resources, right? Because rich people in your scenario would still have all the money they have.
Well, yeah,
That
but
would
then
just
they'd
be-
eventually die.
So whenever they die, they have to pass it on their companies.
Yeah.
Okay. But still, they can have houses and stuff, right? They
Yeah,
can.
everybody can have a house.
Yeah. And they
Personal
can
property.
be. They can also like be in a collective of other rich people and still like run a company that contracts out and all that stuff, right?
I mean, yeah, all the rich people can make a company, but it has to be a worker co-op. They can't just be
Yeah,
the
but
sole
like they
owner.
can have a company together and like contract out work.
Well, yeah,
right?
they could do that.
They can make contract. Yeah, but that's not different than employing people. Making contracts with people is actually kind of worse if you really think about
Making
it.
contract.
Because
Wait, what do you
when
mean by
there's a
making contracts?
No,
Like-
when a business has contracts with other businesses, the only like in your system, the only real like difference that's like that makes an impact on people's lives is that when you're in an employee-employer contract relationship, you have some sort of protections, right? When you are part of a business making contracts with another business, you lose those protections. I mean,
You can enforce
just fail to
protections
see-
through the government. Like what do you?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
what
so
kind
you
of,
have to-
What kind of like
I just fail to see how it is an improvement to have a bunch of like you could
Because,
imagine
well,
all
the
the
improvement-
company
I'm
structures
not
we have
saying-
today.
I'm not
you could
saying that it's
imagine
a-
them entirely as contracts between businesses, and every person in there is like.
I'm not saying
know?
that the system is perfect and worker co-ops aren't even the end goal for me, but it's better than what we have now because it gives employees, all the workers of the company, more of a say in who gets to go, who gets to come in. It gives them more say in what direction their company goes.
Yeah, but I feel like
I'm
you're.
not saying it's perfect, but it's better than what we have right now.
Yeah, but you seem so focused on companies. I don't think companies
well, that's
are
because that's like the topic
a
we're talking about right
necessity
now.
to have these relationships. Like I don't think the concept like the term the legal term company we have right now. I don't think it's a necessity for these kind of exploitative relationships. I think.
Oh yeah, there's other
It's
exploitation
perfectly
relationships that can
plausible
happen.
to imagine a worker co-op consisting of a bunch of rich people making contracts with
Well, they don't
worker
have to-
co-ops of all
pe-
kinds of other people.
Other people don't
and
have to
it's
accept those
being equally
contracts either or
exploited.
anything. They don't have to accept
Yeah,
contracts.
that's the way it's in our system right now. You don't have to. I don't think you're.
Well, I mean, you kind of have to be employed in order to survive. Otherwise, you die, or run the streets with no healthcare and food. At least in America, that's how it is. You either work or you suffer on the street and eventually just die alone.
Yeah, I feel like what you're proposing is just a change that's really purely in legality and.
Well, I mean,
I
are
don't
you
know.
just?
I don't
are
think
you
it would
discounting-
functionally change much.
Are
I
you
don't
dis-
think it functionally changed much about the. Yeah.
Well, you're focused on like the contract and the interactions between companies. I'm more focused on the immediate workplace. That's kind of what I'm.
The immediate
that-
workplace. Okay.
Like working interpersonally with your coworkers and stuff. Like to incentivize people to work more because there's not really an incentive to work hard at a lot of jobs under capitalism. The incentive to work hard under worker co-ops would be your workers are keeping an eye on you, and if you don't do your job, they're gonna vote you out. That's another upside of worker co-ops is that everybody's gonna be keeping their eyes on you, and you're gonna have to work, or else they're like, no, you don't contribute anything, you're getting out.
So how does that change anything from people being out on the streets because they don't want to work?
Well, we're only
Which was
talking
your
about
criticism earlier.
Well, we're only talking about worker co-ops right now. We're not talking about like government housing
So
or anything. That's another
how's-
issue.
How's that any practically different between like not doing your job under a capitalist system and not doing your job under a worker co-op? The outcomes are the same for the worker. If you don't do your job, you get
You're not.
reprimanded.
Typically under capitalism, not really. Lazy workers are all over the place. There's a reason quiet quitting is like on the rise and stuff like that.
So you think that no one actually works under like most
there's
all
not-
of this huge percentage of people that don't work?
Depending on the workplace and whether you're able to become a favorite of the boss, there's not really much incentive to work. Like, I was a pretty lazy worker, and I was still on the team, even though I contributed like nearly nothing when I was younger and didn't really have any motivation to work. I was a lazy worker, and they kept paying me and kept me on the team and stuff. And I've seen that at plenty of other places I've worked too, where there's like people who would just sit there on their phones and stuff, and they're not held accountable at all because they're like the boss's favorites kind of thing. Under
Yeah, but-
socialism, under worker co-ops, I mean, that wouldn't happen. Favoritism is
Why?
not because they can get voted out.
But what if? So then, by that logic, then there's no favoritism under democracy then. But there obviously is.
What do you mean?
Well, isn't a big criticism that like even on a voter basis, if you're just a really popular person, people are going to vote against you?
I'm sorry, can you
That's
repeat
had
that?
nothing to do with your output. So like if you're just a popular person, or you say you help people out, or you like say patron, like you give like what's the word, like benefits to other people, you say hey I'll vote for you, you swap deals and stuff like that, couldn't that lead to like a more dogmatic system where like instead of like output or being sucking up to one guy, you basically set yourself up as like the go-to guy for like problem solving
so
and everything
like-
like that?
Oh, so like kind of set yourself up to be the favorite by like saying you're gonna promise everything and stuff like that?
Well, it's kind of like big criticism of like democracies now, right? Where like certain people get political power not by their output, by like what they can
Well, yeah,
promise
but-
to the other people.
But the issue is, it'll take like for a president at least, it'll take 4 years before we can vote again, and they're usually kicked out. I don't think that two-term presidents are that common. I might be wrong on that, but like when it comes to worker cost specifically, you can't lie about whether you're gonna work hard or not because everybody can just put up a vote and kick you out at any moment. Like you
One
can't
thing I
lie. You
recommend-
can't lie about working
You
hard
can't.
there.
It's a really interesting. It's just. Do you know the country Papua New Guinea? It's north of Australia. like an island.
I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it. Like I don't know for most
They have
countries.
this really interesting way of doing politics where they are technically a democracy where they vote on each other like based on like how much output they have, but all it is basically inbuilt corruption. And like I guess like my criticism of worker co-ops every time they bring it up, I just don't see it working because like the moment you give the right to vote, the more self-interested you become. As far as your vote is concerned, you're only going to vote on things that are within your own self-interest, and that could be easily hijacked by like bad faith actors, especially in the individual workplace. It's like the big criticism of democracy in terms of people outputting. Your vote becomes inherently self-isolated. So how do you
Well,
not
yeah.
just stop people voting within your own self-interest and what's better for the workplace? Because those two usually are not married at all.
I would say-
the rights of...
Oh, sorry.
No, there you go.
I would say that when it comes to like self-interest in the workplace and stuff, if you're in like a worker co-op, I would say that it would probably align like the majority of the time, like wanting to vote for like a fixed machine or something like that. You're voting to fix that machine in your self-interest to make your job easier and stuff, right? But it also
Yes,
benefits
but-
the rest of the workplace because it's
But what
fixing
if-
the machine for
what if-
everybody.
What if there's an issue with an employee who's highly productive, and he puts everybody else to shame,
Mhm.
but no one likes him?
I mean, they could possibly vote him out. I'm not like here's the thing about like these kinds of like criticisms, right? Like that's a valid criticism to have. Like if there's a guy who's just like super fucking unlikable, but he also has high output and he might get voted out. But for one, I'm not saying the system is like perfect. I'm just saying it's better than what we're suffering under right now. And for two, maybe they'll find somebody else to replace him who's even better. We don't really know.
Maybe. There's just a lot of hypothetical, but I just
Yeah,
don't
it's,
think...
yeah.
you
There's
can
a,
say-
oh yeah, there's a lot of hypotheticals.
I just don't think there's... I do, but I don't think there's any inherent... Like, the criticism you're laying out, I just don't see that the worker co-ops would just fix it by the factor of existing.
I'm just saying
I
they're.
just don't.
I'm just saying they're better, and they don't
Maybe.
have as many issues. I would say.
You don't know that because they haven't really been tried in earnest, at least at a large scale.
I mean-
There's been small scale
Oh,
worker
yeah,
co-ops
not
that have been somewhat successful.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that we should just rush and do like a mandate and just make the whole economy nothing but worker co-ops in like the span of like a decade or something like that. Of course, we need to like start out small and then grow and kind of stuff like that. I'm an incrementalist. I'm not for like rushing
Maybe.
stuff because like say if we like some like progressives and shit want like single payer healthcare to happen in the snap of a finger, but if they don't seem to understand how fucking bad that would be for the economy and the ramifications of just doing that right on the spot, like I don't think worker co-ops would work if we just moved to it within like a decade because nobody knows how to fucking run a company and nobody actually has that kind of expertise that we should be teaching them under a system where it would be nothing but worker co-ops, you know?
would you agree in terms of most voter patterns, it's inherently self-interested?
Yeah.
Okay, so would you not agree as well that a lot of company decisions need to go past the self-interest of an individual? Like, isn't like most people don't really think big picture when it comes to their individual voice? They usually think very isolated to themselves.
I mean,
and companies need to be as dynamic as possible to remain competitive.
right now, yeah, but I feel like in the future, as like society's attitudes differ and change compared to now, at least, people will be more likely to think about the big picture and at least think about some more beyond like how it affects them. They'll be at least more considerate of other people within by this time.
By the way, I'm not against worker co-op.
Don't worry about
I
it.
really like the idea. I really like the idea, but every single time I sit down and think about it, I can't get around these ideas because like every bit of evidence we have about democracy doesn't suit to that. Like, isn't like one of the big criticisms of the West its bureaucracy is just a fucking nightmare because there's so much accountability that's necessary. There's so much checks and balances that need to happen so that not
there's a lot
too
of
many people don't
corruption and stuff too, and like a
within
lot
companies.
of preserving the status quo. A lot of it's just the two parties of the same coin kind of thing. Both right-wing parties, that kind of stuff that people say about America.
I know. Just in companies,
I don't
like,
really
I feel like.
Sorry.
There you go.
Oh, like people say, I'm kind of like iffy on whether America is truly a democracy or not because everybody's just kind of the same. You either have bad, which is Democrats, or you have like full-on fucking maniacs, which is Republicans, and I don't really see that as like really that good of a choice. And the fact that we're still stuck there despite people like polls showing that Americans generally lean more to like social democratic policies like universal health care and stuff kind of shows that the system is a little bit rigged. At least people like Bernie Sanders are constantly squashed over and stuff like that, even though his policies are the more popular ones.
Well, you kind of just highlighted my point, right? You
Sorry.
say Republicans are bad, and I would pretty much agree with you. Most of their policies are fucking dog shit. But the reason why they get vote is because of the self-interest of the voter. A lot of people vote Republican because they will lower taxes. That's the one thing they will.
Well, yeah, I don't think they're also because they're I think there's actually quite a few reasons why people would vote Republican. For one, self-interest, lower taxes. You're right, but you would also actually let me go this way. Another thing I would say is voting along because their parents voted that way. A lot of people are very politically inept and don't really know what the fuck is going on outside of like their typical cable news that they watch. Like, I used to be a Republican. I used to just like go down the rabbit hole back in like 2018 to 2020, and I didn't know any better. I just voted along party lines because that's what my parents did. And I feel like that's the same for the overwhelming majority of people. It's just that they need to be educated more on why voting Republican is a really bad idea.
So take that exact mentality and add it into the workplace.
Yeah.
How do you avoid that exact same situation? And that's my criticism of worker co-ops.
The situation of
people, what you just described.
Of people being
as far as like,
people being too stupid to vote beyond like their perceived self-interest.
Yeah. Correct. So how do you stop that?
What
makes worker co-ops any different, really?
I would say the best thing we could do then is just like educate people, do like special classes about like becoming more like knowledgeable and making business decisions that go beyond your short-term self-interest goal kind of thing. Because if we tried doing this right now, of course it would just fucking collapse and stuff, because nobody knows how to run a business.
Most people, at least in the West, I think America's like the most educated society on the planet, right? As far as like access to education.
Yeah.
Yet they're still running into this exact same problem because it's like most people, unfortunately, don't care.
Someone from my chat. Sorry, I forgot to say I'm streaming. Let's see. America's an autocracy. Yeah, I would say so. Okay. Anyways, continue.
Just saying, like, I don't think the problem is education, because we're the most educated we've ever been, yet we're still falling into these pit traps.
A lot of Americans aren't even past a 6th grade literacy level.
Yeah, but
like they're not. Okay, we're not really that smart. We're really pretty fucking dumb.
Would you say I don't think education has anything to do with people's self-interest? I think the more educated you are, the more self-interested you actually become. I feel, at least.
And I would say the more educated you become, the more you'll realize that making certain decisions will lead to your self-interest better than other decisions which are perceived to help you more. Like, for example, like voting Republican, for example, right? If you become educated on what's going on and why voting for them is a bad idea, then you'll vote for Democrats out of self-interest because you're realizing that voting for Republicans, despite looking good on the surface, is actually a really bad idea for your self-interest.
Maybe. Or maybe you don't.
Possibly.
But you don't really know why. Yeah, but again, like, I feel like all the criticisms you've just spent your time laying about, like, the Republicans versus Democrats, I just don't feel there's any inherent difference between, like, a worker co-op, but just be smaller scale, right? Like, the big advantages of companies in general is the fact they can be highly flexible, and they're obviously highly reliant on the person steering the ship or the markets and shit like that.
Well, yeah, but you have one person. It's basically like, I would say, like, 1 second. I have to scratch something off my monitor. I'll do that later. I kind of see the current, like, capitalist business structure as being, like, feudalist, because you have the lord, you have like the landowners, which would be, like, you know, possibly the board. You'll have the peasants, the serfs, which are us, the working class. I see it as very feudalist, and I don't really see that as, like, a good idea, because you'll have some incompetent motherfuckers up top, like Elon Musk and shit like that, who are just steering companies into the ground, when workers who have been there way before him would know what to do better than him.
Right there, I'm gonna have to hard disagree with you. Like, we are nowhere near feudalism.
No, I'm not saying our overall economic system is. I'm saying the structure of a business is very similar to feudalism.
It's not there. It's absolutely not. Not even close. Do you know what feudalism is?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's generally it was a system used in Europe, and I feel like it's kind of hard to explain, because there's like different ways of explaining it. I know there's like manurialism and stuff like that, and the way that it worked was there would be serfs who would rely on the, like, landowners and stuff. I think they were called lords, and they would work for the lords, and in return the lords would give them land. They would give them all they need to survive and stuff.
No. So all feudalism is you're a peasant. You are tied to that land. You are literally a part of it, like a tree would be. You are exchanged as currency between lords in order for, like, purchases, or to, like, buy out something, or in exchange for, like, warring. The only reason why the lords had authority in feudalism is because they protected it. If you couldn't protect your peasants, you consider to lose your right as a lord. That's what knights are. That's what people are. We are not like that at all. People have a lot more independent freedom, a lot more agency to move on to the next lord. We're a lot closer.
Well, yeah, they can move on to another lord. They can move. They're free to move between lords. And I'm not. I'm talking about the structure. I'm not saying it's like every single, like, aspect is the same as feudalism. I'm talking about, like, the structure of it, like the hierarchical structure. I mean.
And to say hierarchical structure, because, like, if you say feudalism,
I'm just not well
spoken. People could take that as bad faith.
Yeah, I know.
Just call you an idiot.
I'm just not well spoken. I'm just not very well spoken. I'm trying to practice on that.
Correct. So, I'll say, it's hierarchical, 100%. Every economic structure is inherently hierarchical. There's no way around that. Like, we've never even come close to a system where that isn't eliminated and it doesn't fall apart immediately, right? Like, I'll tell you, like, a really good example of, like, what I'm talking about is, like, during, like, the Soviet Union, where workers productivity just fell through the fucking floor in, like, the 70s and 80s during the Soviet Union, because there wasn't enough oversight, or at least people were just getting fucking complacent, because workers knew they didn't have to produce that hard, because they could just vote people out, or individual leaders would just, like, bribe their way into positions, and they had no authority of being there. It just seems like a more hierarchical position in a company, because the one person invests all their time and money and resources into producing that company and then steering that ship either into the fucking dirt or into the stratosphere, seems to be the best system in terms of, like...
You can still have that under worker co-ops. You can still have, like, that one person to lead it into the stratosphere. The difference is, if that person is doing a bad job, then you can get rid of them via, like, an electoral democratic vote throughout the company. You're not just stuck with them.
Then who did who up to the original capital then?
What?
I don't think anyone would invest in a business if they could just get voted out. Why would you invest anything into that?
Like, in terms of, like, stocks?
Like, why would I invest any of my money into a business to when I could just get voted out of it? Why would I ever do that?
It gives you an incentive. to do better.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
No. Well, that's with the
Your
assumption that
your
everything's going to be.
Sorry, what was that?
That's with the assumption that people are going to be fair. Which, let's face it, most people are not fair. They're inherently self-interested in. So what if I invest the most and then I get voted out because I'm a prick? But
well, did you leave?
What then?
Like, because you're a prick? Well, then just don't be a prick.
Well, that's easy to say, right? But like some of the most productive people I've ever met in my life are fucking pricks.
They'll just find somebody better who isn't a prick.
Maybe that person doesn't exist.
Possibly.
I'm just saying, like, stuff isn't that binary in real life, man. Like, people, like...
Yeah, I know there's a lot of nuance into it. And I'm not saying,
Yeah.
like I said, I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm
like,
just thinking...
most people just like the person that's going to treat them nicely, yeah? For the most part. As
and
far
also
as, like, social service.
And also do their job.
Yeah, maybe not. Like, I've, like, a lot of people, like you were discussing earlier, like, a lot of people in positions of authority don't really do their jobs, for the most part. Because they're there because people like them.
Yeah.
Or they, like, vindicate people. And I like the idea of there being an ultimate authority who's, like, be that a board of directors or be that a director who is 100% invested into this company, and they need to be the ones to kind of filter them out. No, not everyone does a good job, and those companies should fail. But I would much rather work with a prick who is good at his job rather than a person who is nice and fucking terrible at their job. Any day of the goddamn week.
Yeah, that's fair, but I would say...
Depends.
What was that?
Yeah, I said depends. Keep going.
Oh, I would say it kind of varies for me depending on how much of a prick they are. If it's just like someone who I don't have to interact with that much, then okay, that's fine. I don't really care. But like, if it's like a person who's like higher up and leading the company into the stratosphere, but it's like a higher up that I barely have to interact with, then I don't care.
Interesting.
Like, I don't think most people are interacting with like the CEOs and the board of directors of their businesses that often, right?
Yeah, but
what
their
if
decisions are affecting them.
What?
Right? Their decisions are affecting them.
Well, yeah, but they have. If you're leading your company into the stratosphere, I'm gonna assume that the decisions they're making are at least good decisions.
Maybe they got lucky.
Possibly.
Yeah, like again, like it's.
Elon?
I think the more you try and like make this as fair as possible, the more I think you're like kind of cucking it to a certain extent.
Okay, wait.
I don't know.
Do you not think that you are more accepting or more like receptive of your coworkers? So coworkers in quotations, like comments. The lower on the work chain you are. So if you are the man,
It depends on the conversation.
On the
Like
conversation. If you
yes, so if we're talking about something that I head, like a department that I head, and someone's giving me their input, and I just know they're horribly uninformed on it, I'm probably not going to put as much.
Are you not gonna act like differently if that person has a very lot of power over you? So
absolutely. I would not tell my boss to shove it up his ass. No.
Even if he was like completely like harassing you every day.
If he was harassing me, I wouldn't work there, and I'll tell him to fuck off. But if he was giving me like
even if you were getting a lot of pay,
you can vote him out if you were in the worker club. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but that's the reason why he's my boss, right?
Yeah.
Like,
well, your boss isn't an untouchable. Well, that's the thing. I don't like that bosses are in a position where they're completely untouchable, no matter how widely despised they are. You know.
That is the common. That is the.
I literally worked at a restaurant like a few months ago, and there was this manager that literally everybody fucking hated, but because he was the assistant manager and he hasn't technically broken any rules, literally nothing could be done to him. Even the head manager of the entire restaurant, not like the CEO, but the manager of the restaurant, has screamed at him numerous times, and they've gotten into screaming arguments, and they can't touch him. That's what we have to deal with under the system. I'm not kidding. It was a really fucked up workplace.
What were they violating? Because you have
they weren't
they
weren't violating anything. They didn't break any of the rules. They were just like a massive jerk who was like super strict and everything.
What were they screaming over?
I never got the details because I felt like I was gonna be a little bit too nosy by asking, and also other people just didn't even know. because it was like in the office and everything, but they can hear like verbal, like muffled screaming kind of thing, you know, behind like a big wooden door. But the dude was a prick. I remember coming when I was working with him, at least he was an absolute prick. People would literally go like, "Oh my fucking gosh, will you just shut the fuck up?" Because he was very naggy, and he was untouchable. But under a worker co-op, he would have been gone like 2 years ago. The only way that you can fire somebody who's such a prick currently is by having them like blatantly violating the rules of the business, you know, or committing a fucking crime like sexual harassment.
That depends. I work for a government agency right now, and the government has much stricter reasons to fire somebody. So, and some people say like, oh yeah, the government it doesn't like fire people, like they can't fire people. They only reassign or like take people let people go to leave. Like a lot of
Kind of like what they do with police officers when they're caught doing something bad.
yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah,
So,
but most businesses aren't government agencies.
yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
And another story that I have of why what kind of opened my eyes to what this system, what the structure is like, and why I think it sucks, is there was this other guy at another restaurant that I worked at, and he was like a serial sexual harasser. There was so many fucking stories of this guy like touching women, making suggestive comments. One of the girls he was trying to ask out was half his age, and he tried flying her out to fucking Florida for some reason. I think we know the reason why. And all the girls were too scared
Wait,
to
you said
speak
half
up.
of his age. What is that?
I think he was like 36 and she was 18. Which
It's
is
fine.
really
It's fine.
Yeah, and
Who the fuck cares then?
And well, I mean, it's still pretty creepy, and it's not
It
like
is
he even knew
legal.
her that much either.
It's legal.
Huh?
Like the company does not care if it's legal. The company is not.
Well, it's
thinking about the
harassment.
age gap.
What he was doing was harassment. And
Harassment
but
is
anyways,
another thing.
to continue, the issue is this guy wasn't held accountable for any of this shit because he was a favorite. He was a favorite of the fucking manager. And what I did was I went to the manager on my own without anybody asking me to, and I told the manager about all these stories I heard and stuff to get him investigated, and the manager told me to fuck off because nobody ever told me to speak up about it. And when I told the girls about this, they ended up speaking up and getting an investigation going because they were like, what the fuck, why would they just tell you to fuck off like that? Like, and then I'm quitting and stuff like that because I was about to move and everything. And I come back a little bit later and I see he got promoted and a raise despite being under investigation. The dude's a favorite. He's not going to be kicked out at all because that's just how it fucking works. If you're a favorite of the manager, you're basically untouchable and can do literally, not literally, but almost literally anything you want. Which really opened my eyes to about like how fucking bad this current structure we have is, and how like little accountability some people can take, or a lot of people. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wait, I don't. Wait, I'm not.
Where'd the other guy go?
I'm not your. Yeah, I don't. I'm not the target audience. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
other guy is like the target audience.
Are you a pro worker co-op guy or?
I am not American.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you can still be in favor. Work
I
co-ops
have.
are
I
like
have.
a-
I have a very strong union to my name. So
Is it? It's a good one, right? It's a good union.
yeah, the
Base.
union is. Yeah, I like my union.
I've only worked in a union once, and it kind of sucked. I'm gonna be honest. They were very strict and everything. It was at a Costco. It fucking. I don't even.
Yeah, my former union is right now doing like a huge thing where everybody's like shitting their pants. So I like when unions do shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But they're like honestly, the only one I worked at was pretty bad, and for a while that gave me like a bad view of unions. Even when I was like a social democrat and stuff, after working there, I was like, oh my gosh, what the fuck is going on? It was very seniority based. It was very like, I don't really know how to describe it. super fucking strict and stuff like that. And
Okay, wait.
they laid off so many fucking people by Christmas time in order to avoid paying them and shit like that. But I don't think that's a union thing. That's just a business thing.
Okay, first of all, my union was very big. Okay.
Mhm.
I did not have. I talked with a union representative
Mhm.
like once a year through email. Uh, the union sent me a lot of like newsletters on how they were blah 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 fighting for my rights, blah 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 blah, and they did. But then I went for a new job and I went into a new union because unions are more connected to a like each worker part of the so yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
you're not part of the union if you change jobs. You have to go to a new union. It depends on the job, right?
Mhm.
So I went to a new job, like the government official. I went to the government official job, and then I went to a new union. But my former union, which was a private private company union,
Mhm.
they are now like completely like trying to own their like they're going hard right now.
Yeah.
The the yeah the companies that they are trading with are like completely shitting their pants, and because of the union leaders have been very um protect what's the word
Protective?
productive. Yeah.
Productive. Okay.
Productive.
Mhm.
Productive. They've been harassing tourists. Tourists are like the ultimate like target to go for because they are very international. It's very if you can go international for a work union, it's very positive for you to go that. And even then, um, I live in a country that is very tourist focused. So every company that is like, oh, you're going after the tourists, that's like, oh shit, we have to do something. We can't let the tourists know that we are misusing our workers.
Yeah.
So
Okay. I gotta head out because I'm really fucking hungry and need to get dinner. But it was good talking to you though.
yeah.
Yeah.
It felt like I was talking to you, but you were not talking to me.
Oh yeah, I was listening.
That's very fine.
Okay.
Anyway,
Hopefully I'll see
nice
you later.
talking to you.
Yeah, nice talking
Yeah.
to you too. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm gonna end stream here because I'm fucking starving and I never got anything to eat besides a smoothie after working out today. So that'll be it for now. I'll upload this shit as a video because I want to start doing more debate videos and stuff.